call anybody.
Hello?
Oh, cool. All right, we're all. Wait, shit. How did Abdul get the new invite?
We're gonna start it off like that.
We are. We're already recording, so we're just gonna dive into it here, just to bang it out. What?
Abdul's picture looks like something you'd find in a murder mystery video game.
It looks like a freeze frame from when he was using video. Cool. As you guys can all see, this time we decided to do video again. And in the top corner up there, for me at least, is the very pretty Michael Sloan joining us today.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
What's up?
Not much, guys. What's going on?
And then, as always, we got Justin.
Hey, girl. Hey.
The facial expression. So unnecessary, but so warranted. And then Abdul.
What's up, folks?
That picture cracks me up.
It's great.
It's disturbing.
Incredibly perfect. I'm RJ, and we're still stuck zooming. So
Yep.
let's get through this with the added requirement of having fun. That's a requirement. All right.
What?
I know. I'm sorry,
You
Abdul.
didn't tell us that part.
I didn't mean to invite everyone here under false pretenses.
I thought it was a suicide pact.
Oh no, that would be pretty cool though if we all just killed ourselves on Zoom together. Who will upload the episode?
I was about to say, which one of our girlfriends to upload the episode?
It's just a very racist suicide note.
I just have my dad do it.
You'll have your dad do it. Your dad's gonna figure out Zoom and uploading the podcast.
Yeah.
That would be an incredibly dedicated father. Good for him. All right. My life is a nightmare. My neighbors are losing it. They cannot keep their shit together. I love how you're combing your mustache.
I mean, I haven't cut or trimmed in like 3 weeks. So it's
So you're using a comb that looks like your dog got a hold of it first.
She probably did.
Yeah, they're having a scream argument about him, the guy, selling blow to the girl's friend, and the friend ripped him off, and he doesn't want to sell her blow again, but they keep arguing about it, so I think he's going to sell her blow again.
Nice.
Yeah. The only winner here is whoever that girl is getting blow for cheap by ripping him off.
I was gonna say those are the best drug dealers, the ones that you can rip off like that and get away with it.
Well, that's the thing, dude. Like, he screams so loud, but he's got this very like lame, effeminate voice that's like also sounds. It sounds like he has an IQ of 14. Like, he just talks like this. I recorded him a little bit with the microphone, so I'm gonna stick that in this episode. All
right, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So how have you guys been otherwise?
I'm fine other than that. How about everyone else?
How'd you make it through the week this week?
Me, I've been playing Disco Elysium. I thought someone else was going to jump in. I just talked for 5 minutes straight about my delinquent neighbors.
I'm good.
I'm gonna isolate Abdul saying I'm good with that picture. Well, let's just you've just been working.
Yeah,
that been going okay.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Going to be learning medical alarms next week.
Ooh,
sounds exciting.
Yeah,
it's just listening to old people die.
Nice.
Okay. Where do you download that podcast?
I'll just come to work. I just get hired at my job.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's chit chat about video games now. Let's get into it, right?
That's what we're doing?
Yeah,
I thought you just wanted to hang out.
Well, hold on. All right, nothing now is done unless it's under the pretense of content creation. Okay, ABC, always be creating.
I hate that.
What have you been playing, Abdul?
Still trying to finish Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I think I'm at towards the end. There's a lot of chapters, and I think I'm at the point where I just want it to be finished because, like, this game is like 100 gigabytes on my hard drive. It's taking up a lot of space.
Install Call of Duty, then come crying to me.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Is
Amen to that.
like this game comes with 2 discs. Like Red Dead, there's like a play disc and the data disc and the
Yeah.
game disc.
That seems to be like the new like sign of the end of a console generation.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
The
true.
inability to keep up with the storage space.
Yeah, but I've
So-
just been playing that and signing out Wild Hearts.
Cool. I mean, have you not finished
Wait.
that yet?
Are you still enjoying it?
Oh yeah, I am. I was just flip flopping around those two.
All right.
Have you not been playing a lot of games? I feel like you haven't been playing a lot of games. 'Cause I feel like
So-
a game like Sayonara Wild Hearts should have been done.
I know, but it's just like I'm just still getting used to my like sleep schedule for work.
Oh yeah, waking up at you gotta wake up at like 3.
I have to wake up at like 2:30 so I could like
Oh fuck
That's
that shit.
so I could like shower up and and then leave the house at like 3:10 to start walking to work.
Goddamn. Kudos to you, man. Proud of you.
One of these days, a car's gonna
Mhm.
hit me.
Like you said, a car is gonna hit you one of these days.
Yep.
Oh,
And that'd be pure bliss.
pure bliss. Abdul, I had thought you were happy, but that was my
Never
egg on
line.
egg on my face.
But no, that's all I've been playing this week.
Okay, cool. What have you been playing, Justin?
I Predator all week.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a great game,
Oh fuck.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
but I still love it. I can see why people would hate it though. It's like it felt like it was like a last gen game that they were just like, fuck, we can't do any it's just been delayed so long that it's just happened to come out on this generation. But it feels like a PS3, Xbox,
Damn.
360 game. The matchmaking sucks. I'll say in like an hour of playing, I'll maybe do like 3 matches, maybe.
Damn.
This
Wow.
like I don't know what they're doing. Like it's cross play, so you're playing with PC people too, but it doesn't seem to
Ew.
work. It's not working well.
Well, do you think like then there's like because it's an online game that there's room for them to be able to improve it as time goes on?
Yes, I was gonna say that I'm gonna keep playing because I fucking love. Like I started off with the fire team, but I love being a predator. It's so challenging. It's not easy at all.
Yeah.
Like when I first played it, I thought the predator was gonna be like OP as fuck, like just slaughtering through the humans. But it's a reason why there's 4 people on a fire team. You know, you have to like try. You have to hunt. You just can't run up to them, fucking swinging your fucking stick. You gotta
be like
you gotta
tactical
hunt them
and shit.
down. Yeah, you gotta. My favorite thing to do is to catch scragglers. So like everybody
Oh, yeah.
moves like together for the most part, but there's a thing called muddying up where you have to stop as a fire team member, have to stop, throw mud on yourself so I can't see you on an infrared. So yeah,
That's
like
pretty
they
cool.
have. If somebody stops to do that and the rest of the fire team keeps going,
Oh
like
damn.
I will fuck that person up. And then like once you
How dare you cover your beautiful face?
once you take out one fire team member, it becomes like increasingly easy to just wipe out the rest of them. So as a fire team, you have to just like stick together and work together
Okay. Well, it
because you
seems.
take a lot of damage as a predator, like a lot more than I thought. So
Mm,
you have to be careful. I enjoy it. Like
it
I
seems like it's
enjoy
got good bones.
exactly. That's why I'm just gonna keep playing it. It's online only, so they don't have anything else to work on with it
Well,
but
yeah,
the
and there's
online.
always room for them to improve it, especially when it's an online only game like that. Like, look how
Yeah.
well Fallout 76 is doing now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I heard the
True.
last the Wastelanders is not like it made it better, but it's still
No, it's
terrible.
still really bad. It's not improved even a little bit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I thought people. Well, the last thing I read, maybe you guys sent it in the chat, but I guess like the NPCs they finally added were
Mhm.
looting players, and just you can never get that inventory back. Like it
Oh,
was
that's
just take
gay.
It just sounds
after
like
you.
they're intentionally making a horrible game to play at this
I
point.
know, right?
Like, I'm always in Bethesda's camp, but I don't know what the fuck. Like, they should have just kept it free or something, you know?
Right? Yeah.
It should have been like a
Yeah.
beta early access thing from the get go forever, and then they just do microtransactions.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
whatever. There's no pleasing people either. So, um, Mike, how about you? I know we both played Disco Elysium, so save that for later in case if you played anything other than that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing Just Cause 3 for like last week, and then last night I picked up Alex again because I feel bad for not beating that yet. So I've been playing through that.
Yeah, that's wild to me. This man bought on the first day it was available one of the biggest games of the year, and
Yeah,
it's a
right.
sequel to Half-Life, a franchise he claims to love, and he sat on it with 2 hours of playtime for like a month and a half.
It's
That's
scary, dude.
ridiculous.
It's like so. It's
It's
not like the other
scary.
Fall.
It's
It's
scary.
dude. It is scary, man. Like it's not like other Half Lives. Like other Half Lives are like just like first person shooter. It's basically Quake and Doom mixed together with like an awesome sci-fi background, and that's what it was. In this game, dude, like it just feels much. It's so weird because in VR, like you expect, okay, you're in VR, so like you feel like you're in the world, but at the same time, it's like the world feels so much more tight around you because you are in VR, and like the close quarters combat with like the zombie things. It's like it's basically like a zombie shooter at this point. And like I haven't gotten it. Like I said, I've only played like 2 hours total, so it's like I'm not enough in the story to like really be like it's an amazing story. But
Right.
it's the character. The characters are cool. Like Alex is cool. The guy that you work with, he's like this crazy old British dude. He's pretty cool.
Is
And
it? Oh, go ahead, Justin.
No, I was just about to ask you, like, as far as fun, in the VR world, is it like I just imagine that Walking Dead game is really fun. It just I don't know. I see videos of it and it looks cool. Like you just have fun playing. Is Alex like that, or does
no,
it seem like
so
you're trying to get through a game?
I have like 15 hours in the Walking Dead game. The Walking Dead game is really slow.
Oh,
Um,
is it?
is really slow because a lot of first of all, like your actual walking speed in the Walking Dead game is like insane. It's so slow. Just like walk, like it's so weird. It's like you're drunk stumbling, really,
It's like
instead of
you're
like actually walking
Walking
like a normal
Dead.
human. Yeah, like you're walking. But no, it's and plus like a lot of Walking Dead is literally just going through like the same reused assets and like finding shit and like the cabinets to build weapons and shit out of. Like for a VR game, it's awesome. Like it's a nice change of pace compared to other VR games. The physics in it are really awesome, like the actual combat side of it.
Yeah,
But
that's.
like
I mean, that's all the videos that I saw is just people actually doing stuff, not like exploring or anything.
yeah, but like that's the thing, dude. Like as a VR game, like people score these VR games like in the VR world, and they always give them high scores for being cutting edge. But like if you were able to take that VR game and all the mechanics of it and put it on like a 2D platform and like play it as like a regular game, like it would literally like be a last gen game. You know what I mean? That's what I was
Uh,
trying to explain to RJ a couple like when Fallout or when Half-Life came out and I was like first playing it, I was like, it's cool, but it's like if you really like look at it from like the outside looking in and you compare it to like other games that exist, it's pretty basic in terms of like
that
so
makes
that's why
sense though.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
like dumbed down so you can actually do all of the cool stuff with with your actual hands, but it's not like great gameplay, you know.
Yeah.
Do you choke
yeah.
people in that game,
What game?
Alex?
Yeah, there's like the Combine soldiers. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Can you choke people?
Oh, choke!
I
thought you said.
didn't
thought
know
you
what he
kill
said.
people.
I thought he
thought
said
he said-
kill people too.
No, he wanted to know if he could wrap his hands around another human's throat and take the life out of them.
You
That
could
makes
have
a
blood
lot
trail.
more sense, actually.
You would like
That is
blood
what
trail
you were
if it was-
asking, right, Abdul?
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Do-
I was also interested, and I didn't even know I was until he asked that. So,
Abdul would like blood trail. That's the game Abdul would like.
oh, is that the one where it's basically just like a rec room of violently murdering people?
It's literally like the game starts off. You have a pistol, a shotgun on your back, a pistol on your side, and an AR-15 on your chest, and you're in a crack den. And you start the game off by executing somebody. And the game literally advertises itself as having the most realistic like shooting gore, and it literally does.
I've
I'm
seen
good.
Now,
I've seen
I'm
the
all
videos,
set.
dude. It's actually really cool, and I would use that game as like a fantasy thing of me like storming into my downstairs neighbor's apartment because they look kind of like the character models in that, and
Yeah.
and you just see me in basketball shorts with a hard on, making gun like angry faces. Yeah, I'd be all
I
over
mean,
that.
They could literally change the name to RJ's Downstairs Apartment Neighbors, the game.
Yeah, or just RJ's sexual fantasy of getting revenge on crackhead.
Oh yeah, you smoke
Assholes.
crack. Like you smoke crack in the game to gain health back, and it puts it in slow motion. It's called Crack Time. It's fucking awesome.
Like you didn't have me at like realistic gore, but smoking
The crack.
virtual crack, I'm all
That's
in.
so funny to have like a VR controller, like
You're like this, like you're like
whoa.
you got the little big lighter, and you're freaking hitting the crack pipe, dude, and all of a sudden it's like,
That's
like it's pretty. It's
that was going to be my
Incredible.
next question.
If you can
Crack.
smoke crack in Half-Life Alex. Cool. Well, Mike and I have both been playing Disco Elysium, so I'd like to talk about
So
that
jealous.
for a little bit. I love it.
Yeah.
It's it reminds me a lot of just every like boring part of a top-down RPG where you're just clicking around and like talking to people, because that's the entirety of the game. It's all just
Yeah.
like dialogue and skill checks, either passive or interactive ones, where you're selecting a dialogue option, either pass this speech check or it's just kind of happening on the fly in the background. There's all these like dice rolls that are going on even without you knowing, and it's very, very just interesting. It's such like a chill, I'm just gonna zone out, sit here, and only have my hand on my mouse and play a game. It's almost like a
Right.
visual novel, really.
Oh man, that
Yeah, I
sounds
looked.
great.
I looked up because I didn't know anything about it,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked like the screenshots that I saw looked like Fallout 1 or 2.
Yep. Yeah, the graphics are like non-existent. It's mostly just like pretty much art assets just all over the
Right.
place, your whole environment. And then it's like really shitty resolution for the character models. They barely have a face.
Wow.
And I had to bump down the resolution on mine because it defaulted it at like fucking 4K, which
Damn.
Oh shit.
yeah, and it somehow gave me a shitty frame rate for
Really?
a
So
really?
is there combat in it?
No, not so far or at all. I think you can. There's conflict in which like I think you can get into it with somebody and potentially get hurt and then die or whatever. But that's all it is. It's
It's just your feelings.
you what, Mike?
I knocked out that 12-year-old kid.
Oh, you did? That's crazy. Well, and Abdul, you're not even wrong. You can get your feelings hurt to the point where you lose the game.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you fucking have a pen. Like, I got like insulted by this little girl who like helps her mom run a bookstore. Like, I was like, she was like asking if I was a detective and compared me to like one of like the famous like story detectives. And I was like, oh, I'm just like that. And she's like, no, you're not. You're a drunk fat guy. And like, I had a panic attack and quit.
Yeah. You
Now-
have
now,
you have
can you choke her?
I don't know. And
No, like you can get to a point where you would kill a child at certain points. That's the thing. It's one of those, it's very much a go anywhere, do everything kind of thing. And the cracks sort of show here and there because if you try to like retread a conversation with someone, they will just repeat everything.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, eventually, but you have to like force that to happen.
Exhausted, yeah.
You can ignore that. You like if you already know if you already know that you exhausted that line of questioning, there's no point in going back to do it unless there was like what's called a white check. There's white checks and red checks. White checks are something you can do to try to pass that check, whether it's convince someone to be on your side, try to get something from them or whatever. And it's actually something that you can retry if you have a modifier in place. So if you find an article of clothing that increases that scale, or take some drugs, or ask about something else in the conversation that reopens that up, you can retry it once your skills are higher.
Take some drugs. Is there crack in this game too?
There's meth for sure.
Oh, all
yeah,
right.
so you can rouse
We're
some meth.
upgrading, baby.
So
Yeah.
so white people crack. Cool.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
All right.
That's right. Hey, crack is white people crack too. It's
I
just
know.
we culturally appropriated that once we got too poor for cocaine.
Yeah.
No, then there's red checks where there's like an actual detriment to you if you fail them. So it could be the loss of health or the loss of morale. And those are basically your 2 health meters. And depending on what your skills are is how many of those points you have. So if my endurance was very low, so I only had 1 health point. So I went outside at one point and I kicked a mailbox just for the fuck of it. And it gave me like a bad check. So I lost 1 health point, had a heart attack, and died from kicking the mailbox. And
This getting too real. No.
yeah, dude, it's the thing. It's such a bizarre. It's a game that has no reason to be fun, but it's like all the parts I enjoy about games like Fallout, Outer Worlds, Skyrim, all those things.
You like the
You had a
dialogue
heart
in
attack?
those games, don't you?
Yeah,
Why don't
I
you
really
play
enjoy that.
that one game then, Greedfall?
I thought about it actually because it was on sale for like $25.
Yeah.
But I don't feel good paying that much for it like I would for like
Yeah,
15 or 20.
I feel you there.
And I don't really
Like,
want to bother with it digitally anyways. I don't need
What game was that?
Greedfall.
Greedfall.
I
I
don't know.
sent it in a chat. I sent it in a chat
Mhm.
like over fall.
Yeah,
was like- It got announced with the PlayStation, whatever they call their announcements. You know what I'm talking
yeah.
about.
State of
Yep.
play.
State of Play, yeah, it got announced with that.
Yeah, it's all accounts. It's a perfectly average game that
Yeah.
has some interesting things going for it. So I'll probably give it a shot in the future, but it just hasn't been at a price
Yeah,
that I'm
the
comfortable
price.
jumping on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Streets of Rage 4 came out this week. And like I do want to play that, but it's $25 for like
Good
a
Jesus.
beat 'em up. I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I tried to get us a code. I was probably gonna give it to Abdul. I just figured he would play it. There's this game that came out called Bug Fables. And it's basically like a Paper Mario clone. Do you like Paper Mario, Abdul?
Yeah, I played it. Thousand Year Door on
Okay.
GameCube.
I just figured you've had experience. I've never played it, and I know Justin, you don't really like Nintendo games, so
It's got
Like
good
that's
reviews.
my last experience with like when I was playing Nintendo games was when I first got an emulator like 10 years ago, and I
Hmm.
went through and just beat every SNES RPG, and
Yeah,
Paper
there you go.
Mario was one of them.
Oh, was it? Did you like
that
it?
was like one of my favorite ones.
Okay.
I was surprised at how much. I was like a Mario RPG. That shit sounds dumb, but
Yeah.
it was really good.
Yeah,
I didn't
they're
like
pretty
any-
Good.
I didn't like any of them after that though. Like the
Oh.
ones where they got more cartoony, I didn't
Hmm.
like those as much.
Well,
Mario
that's
and Luigi games are pretty good.
I never played those. Yeah, I never
Which
played
one
any
did you
of them.
say?
Mario and Luigi.
Those are the last ones I played. I didn't like them as much.
Yeah, those are the
No.
paper ones where they the paper gets stuck together because Mario and Luigi keep coming on each other.
Yeah.
They're the Cum Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, well the guy kind of jerked me around. He offered me the code, but it was like a mass email. So then I requested it, then he's like, "Tell me about your outlet." So I lied and then he still hasn't given me the code.
Oh.
What am I
Why
gonna
did
do?
you lie?
Tell him everything about what we are?
You gotta have
What
some
did you-
secrets, baby.
He
What'd you
probably
say,
went to
Mike?
listen.
Mike,
What
what'd
did
you
you
say?
lie? What did you lie about? Like, how did you lie?
Oh, I just didn't tell him everything.
Okay.
What am I gonna?
Nice.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, we say a lot of things about Koreans, and you know what I mean. I'm not gonna be completely. I'm just gonna be like, oh, we're comedians. We talk about video games. Give
Yeah.
me the code. And he
So-
didn't get back to me, so I'm just gonna talk shit about it then, very casually. The publisher is Danjin, and apparently they're bad. And I guess that's where he works for because that was in his email handle. They prey on indie devs and they refuse to pay them. The developers of a game called The Devil Engine have not been paid, and they can't even release the DLC they finished for it because everything's caught up in whether or not they're actually going to get their money for the game they made. So
Awesome.
Shitty.
also Bug Fables, the reason that I thought about that is because it's $25, and I cannot fucking imagine that is a worthy price.
It's
No,
actually
no.
I'm looking at it on Steam right now, and it's got like overwhelmingly positive reviews, and it's really funny because it lists similar games is Skyrim and The Witcher 3, and it looks
Yeah,
like
I don't trust any of that shit on Steam though. I fully believe in bots, and this company is because they gave me a list of all their upcoming games too in the press kit, and there was like all these just indie games, and then one of them was entirely in like Japanese characters, and even like the description below it.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I was like, okay, well, I can't read what that game is, but
Yeah, right.
I'm sure
I don't need
it's
that
Asian.
in my life.
Yeah, I don't trust any platforms like own review system. Like Amazon, I don't trust those reviews, man.
Oh yeah.
That shit is all spammed.
Yeah, they can just fake all of that on
Yeah.
a whim. So I think we're edging up. I'm gonna wait till it gives me the warning here, but I think we're getting close to the halfway point where we'll have to stop.
Didn't it kick us out last time?
No, we caught it just under the wire last time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like RJ started to talk again, and it was just like psych.
Yep, pretty much. So we ended on we got a good handle on this, I think. But we'll do a coming up after the break. What do you guys? I want to bounce this off of you real quick, just because I haven't had a chance to. I've been following all of The Last of Us 2 like spoiler situation, and I wanted to talk about it, but I don't want you guys to be uncomfortable with how close it gets to actual spoilers. I'm gonna not even mention what the spoilers are, but I don't know if you're okay with diving into that.
What do you mean? Like, if you're not going to mention spoilers, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
going to
that's
actually
fair.
spoil parts of the
Yeah,
game,
if
but
you're not going to spoil anything, I'm
Okay.
good.
all right, so we'll talk about that next. And I suppose we can probably just stop this early, but stay tuned and stay by your computers, motherfuckers, because I'm about to send you another Zoom invite.
Okay.
Or not.
All right. Give me 5 minutes.
But
All right, bye. Okay, bye for real now.
Hello, I'm Gary. For Gary's Horse Repair. We repair any horse you got. Like a big, mini Clydesdale or a rocker, a gay one, retarded horse. We got all the horse tools, fella. Only the best here. Don't get a new horse, fix your old one. It's the horse, it's good for a long time. Them horses last longer than you think. Don't let them break down. Bring them on by Gary's, I'll fix any horse. Like big ones, mini ones, Clydesdales, a rocker horse, even gay or retarded horses. I fix every single one. I'm Gary, I fix horses. Come on by.
Calamity Bob's Carnival Barn. Come and see what's happening at the barn. This place has it all. Games, candy, and that new toy your friends have that your dumb mom won't buy. The best part is she ain't allowed to come. No parents in the barn. We have a trampoline you can jump on as much as you want, just as long as you take your shoes off first. We have ton of booths, photo booths, kissing booths, and sometimes I confuse the two, but don't get mad at me. Like I said, it's a lot of booths. A fun time for all. Run away on down to Calamity Bob's Carnival Barn.
Okay, we are all back in recording again.
All right, cool.
Hello.
That one's a little funky for me. I had a hard time getting in.
Yeah, I have a certain secret firewall set up just to fuck with people.
Oh, nice.
I'm a hacker. Anyways, let's jump right into the Last of Us stuff because it's pretty juicy. I like it. It's wild. And also wild is the coincidence of us going on and on about spoilers last Sunday, releasing that
I know,
episode, and
right?
that very fucking day, all that shit blew up.
Yeah.
Tell you, man, we're prescient.
Yeah, man, broke my damn heart.
Yeah, well, okay, so I went ahead and just spoiled it for myself. I didn't watch anything. They apparently have
Cutscenes and
all the
everything.
cutscenes, yeah. So
Oh,
I didn't watch
good.
any of that. I don't know anything specific. I just read the outlined plot basically. And a lot of people are divided on it, and I get that, but personally, I think that some of the issues they're having with it are unrelated and kind of wild. What's basically happening is the rumor was that a Naughty Dog employee was the one to leak all the spoilers,
Right.
you know, and
Yeah.
they tied
Yeah.
it to working from home now and all that stuff. They said he was disgruntled or they were disgruntled because of they weren't getting paid or something. And there's all these leaps and accusations everyone's making. They're also saying that the game is too woke or whatever, and they're rolling their eyes and saying it's cringe.
What?
Yeah. And here's the thing. Those are the people who afforded this narrative about all of it, and the reality of it is none of that is even true. The last report that came out was Jason Schreier, who, again, annoying motherfucker, but 99.99% of the time is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Turns out that was a lie created by the people who did hack it, and that's what it was. They somehow got into Sony servers from an older game file or something, and then stole all that stuff from an early development build of the developers playing it, like testing it and all that stuff,
Right.
and then sent it out with the idea that it was a Naughty Dog employee or whatever, and then caused all this fucking chaos, when in reality, Naughty Dog has been giving everyone extra pay and time off pay for COVID relief. And the whole thing has been the exact opposite of this story that they've been trying to push.
Oh, that's good
Yeah.
then.
It really
Yeah,
blew
how-
up, but then you had all these fucking faggot YouTubers out there going on
Oh, yeah.
and saying they've done the research when all they've done is read Reddit comments.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And supported this like fake news basically about the whole situation, and it's like all the damage is done now. So not only did they damage Naughty Dog's reputation for all that shit, but then they also spoiled the game for everybody on top of that.
Right.
It was just this super anarchy, chaotic thing that people did just to be fucking assholes.
So
Yeah,
I don't-
it's just-
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
You didn't
Oh.
interrupt. You started talking, and then it's just how that happens. Just you go.
So when you say spoilers, and I don't want specifics here, like in terms of story, but like, did they spoil like the ending and stuff?
Yeah, from pretty much top to bottom, they threw it all out there. That's the big thing.
Really?
Is yeah, so like you kind of know what's gonna happen, and
Oh, that sucks, dude.
yeah, I mean I don't know though, man. Like I said, like I just was like fuck it and just went after it. I honestly don't feel any different. I mean obviously I feel different because I know what's gonna happen, but I'm still going to buy the game. I'm still going to play it because here's the thing. It's just like what we were talking about last week. Reading
Yeah.
something just ... laid out is a completely different thing from seeing how it's presented and executed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Well,
all
yeah,
these
half
people.
the fun with those games anyway was the gameplay, man. The gameplay's so grounded, you know.
No, I wouldn't argue that. I think it has good gameplay and I think it's fairly unique, but I think the story is for sure the point of those games.
yeah.
I mean that's what you hear about. I'm
I always
open to
en-
a different opinion, but I don't think that's the case.
I always enjoyed The Last of Us more than any of the Uncharted games. Personally.
It's just cinematic. So the gameplay itself isn't anything like crazy or groundbreaking. It's just visceral. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Yeah, I hear you. But I don't know. There's really not much more I can say about it other than that. I thought it was interesting that, there was this whole one line of thinking created by the fucking hive mind on the internet, and it turns out
Right.
the reality is incredibly different. And this was done only in the interest of harming people who don't deserve it on both sides.
Right.
So avoid
Yeah.
the spoilers. It shouldn't be too hard. I think they've done a good job of keeping it wrapped up. I would say YouTube is more of a landmine than something like Reddit is at this point. 'Cause you
Yeah.
can
I don't even.
tailor
I
your
haven't
Reddit
checked YouTube
experience.
at all.
I don't fuck with either, so I think I'll be good.
I don't blame you. But the good news is it came out. They did release a statement, but it wasn't really addressing anything. They sort of did. They said like, "Oh, we hope you can avoid the spoilers. We're sorry that this happened. It's a really huge disappointment." Anyways, it comes out June 19th. So
Yeah.
I don't know what happened behind the scenes there when it was delayed indefinitely before. But even as soon as that Monday, when all those spoilers came out, I could not find it online to pre-order on PlayStation. So
Oh, really?
yeah, they were still processing refunds for it as far as I knew
Oh.
now. So yeah, pretty interesting. But we also got word on, when did we get word on Ghost of Tsushima?
That was supposed to
Time
come out
Same
in
day.
June.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
same
was gonna
day.
say
That's
same
right.
day. Yeah.
When is
Yeah.
that coming out now? Do you guys remember? July?
July
July
17th.
17th.
That's right. Yeah, I'm wildly excited for that game.
I
Me
am
too.
too.
Yeah, I think that'll be sick. Being a ninja samurai motherfucker with a grudge. Oh,
Who's woke?
yeah. I don't know about that, but yeah. That's all I got on that, though. We can move ahead. I don't know what your guys' interest is in Assassin's Creed, but I watched the trailer for Valhalla and I thought it was sick.
The trailer is really good, but fuck, I don't trust that gaming series at all.
Yeah, that's
Because
fair.
they will throw fucking flashy lights in your face until the cows come home, and then you play their game, and it's just like, all right, this is just an okay game, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a stink fest.
Watch Dogs is a perfect example of that.
Is Watch Dogs
Ubisoft-
Ubisoft? Oh,
Yeah.
It
yeah.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a fucking
Yeah.
shit show when they had the gameplay trailer and it looked amazing, and then they released it on PlayStation 4. It was like one of the earlier titles for PS4, and it was fucking trash.
Well, that's why, dude. That's why I railed against Alex so hard, is because I don't fucking trust game companies anymore. I don't care who it is to release a trailer for a game and show me gameplay, and have me try to believe that that's not pre-rendered footage.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Alex gameplay is pretty close, though. I would say it's like
close, but you can tell though. There's a bit of a gap. You know what I mean? Like, even if those are the actual resolutions in the game, they still had something on rails playing that. You know what I mean? Like, they make things, they just eke it a little bit. You'd be fucking stupid not to. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would you
Yeah.
send something out there and not like eke it in your favor a little bit? Because as a whole, the mass majority of people do not fucking notice and do not care. Only weird creeps like us actually point that shit out and, are on
Hey.
top of it.
everybody's
Yeah,
guilty
it's
of it.
like-
Though. I mean, Uncharted
like,
did the same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, like we know the deal. Like,
Yeah.
we watched the Assassin's Creed trailer. We're not watching it like, oh, that game looks amazing. We're like, oh, that was just
It's just
Cinematic.
pre-rendered.
pre-rendered. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of that too, but I mean, the marketing still got me. I'm just going to be honest about it. Like, I have nothing to base it on, but that trailer was sick.
I think, yeah, I think you're more excited about it because you like Norse mythology.
I guess I do. I don't even think I know that about myself, but it got me
No,
so
like
amped.
you seemed really excited about God of War when that was.
Yeah,
I've been having an itch to play that again.
God of War.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You said you never played it.
I did.
Wait,
I
what
tried.
did you just say?
I said I've been having an itch to play it again.
An
I've been
itch to
having
play it
an
again.
itch on my balls. I'm not going to pretend like that's not what I'm doing.
I haven't played God of War yet. I should probably do that.
I own it. I can give it to you.
All right, I'll trade you for your copy of Detroit Becomes Human as
Oh,
well.
that sounds fair. Thank you.
But see, like that's the thing with those like that cinematic shit. Like the only gaming series I feel like or even gaming company that's I feel like has duped everybody multiple times is Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
think I agree with you, but I also feel like it's done by everybody.
it is done
Um,
by everyone, but like at least with like other games, you at least have fun playing the game after.
yeah,
Like
Yes.
with Ubisoft games, dude, okay, the first Assassin's Creed, how excited was everybody about that game? And then you played it, you're like, all right, what is this shit? Assassin's Creed 2,
right.
it was like slightly better, and everybody was like, oh, finally, but it still wasn't like a
Okay.
great game, you know?
To play devil's advocate for just a moment with Ubisoft, they make consistent games constantly. There's no like, unfortunately, you're not getting like the high, which you still kind of do sometimes get super high quality games. Assassin's Creed 2 was fucking amazing. That
Yeah.
was 10 years ago, but still, it can happen, and they make games that you can pretty much always say, I would buy that for $20. You know what I mean? Even the Far Cry games.
Well, you're saying $20, but like all the people that buy it at 60, like not everybody waits, you know. Like with Last of Us, we've seen game like trailers and a little bit of gameplay. I don't think we're gonna feel duped when we buy Last of Us for
Right.
$60. Like with them, they do churn out pretty much the same game. Like for a while, Assassin's Creed was coming out every year for like 6 or 7 years, and
Yeah,
it was like,
they didn't even stop that until 2018. 2019 was the only year without one.
and I think only
Wow.
I think a couple of the last ones, one of them did come out at like $40, but they're like
Was that New
churning
Dawn?
out, huh? I don't know
Was
which
it-
one it was.
I don't think it was either of the last two. Maybe you're talking about one of like those side quills. They did have Assassin's
Oh,
Creed
did they?
Rogue, which came out at the same
Maybe it
time
was
as
that.
Unity.
Maybe it was one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Because
had
it
it
was like,
split
yeah,
between last
right.
gen
Okay.
and then next gen at the time.
But I don't know. I just don't feel like so far any of those games have been worth like the day of price, you know?
I hear you.
Because they seem like they're just going through a mill of gaming, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing
Well,
Call of Duty. Like they were doing the same shit, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Well,
still
you can
are.
look at like
What's that?
They still
like
are.
a
They
tech-
just happen to have a good
Yeah.
game
Right, yeah.
last year. What are you saying, Abdul? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going on with the Ubisoft, like Assassin's Creed Unity.
Hmm.
Because I remember when that game came out. That game looked amazing, but it was buggy as all shit.
Yeah, and that was, I think that one's generally considered the worst one.
Oh, is
But
it?
yeah, so
Yeah.
I still am intent on going through and catching up on all of them, but I feel like it's gonna
You
be
baby.
it's gonna wear on me, especially around there. And I don't know, man. Like this one, if they are continuing to build upon everything from the last ones and they are going deeper RPG mechanics, like they say, that's what they're advertising.
Their
it as.
claim is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which
They make a
remains
lot
to
of
be seen.
claims.
Exactly, You're right.
I
But
hope
then
it's good because
Mhm.
I like the storyline. I like Vikings. Like that sounds like
Yeah.
it could be cool.
yeah,
It also makes me think they have to change their gameplay mechanics because it's. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be like stealth, but that's not. I just don't imagine that being a Viking. You know.
right. From the sounds of it, is you're going to get the choice because you can. It's like the last one where you can choose to play as a female or a male character.
Uh-huh.
What?
So and women are so weak they need to sneak around and kill like cowards. So
Okay. You
that's
said
how that
it.
works.
Do you guys know if any of the other Assassin's Creeds had the same mechanics in terms of like transportation as Black Flag? Like any of the ones after that?
Rogue did.
Okay.
You
That
use
one came
boats
out.
and shit?
That came out the same time as Unity, the year after Black Flag. That was it's weird how they did it. It's like a direct sequel to Black Flag or prequel. I can't remember. And then they've had ships. They had ships in Odyssey just last year, so there's naval combat in that one as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was always really fun. I mean, that's the last one I've played, and
yeah,
that was a really good time. Like
that's what
with-
everybody jerks off
Same here.
about.
Black Flag is the last one I played, and
Yeah,
I
I-
enjoyed it.
Here.
I cut myself short because the last one I played was 3. But I
I
played
never
all the
played
ones
3.
leading up to that. I played 1, 2.
Was that the Revolutionary War one?
Yeah. Yep. But I
Okay.
played both the Ezio spin-offs that came out before 3.
Have there
and
been
then
have
3.
there been any after the Revolutionary War? I mean, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But like I
Yep.
mean, like
So Syndicate it took place in the 19th century in London, Victorian era London.
okay,
That came out after Unity. So it goes 1, 2, all its spin-offs, 3, 4 plus the spin-off, then Unity, Syndicate, Origins, Odyssey, this one.
they need to do a World War II one. That would be really fun. I feel like.
That's one people request, but they say they don't do that one because then there's really no way to justify the sneaking around stabby combat when you have automatic weaponry.
That's
a good,
fair enough.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
It's
Yeah.
difficult to fit it in because then you're redesigning the whole game and then you basically just have watchdogs.
Can't they do the Assassin's Creed Iraq War? Because that would be fun, like sneaking into caves and stuff.
That would be cool. I would play as Kanye West and accuse George Bush of hating black people.
That would be
What
a nice
fun-
little like cutscene in the game, though. Like you're just like, is this
An
still
Assassin's
Desmond?
Creed
I don't
set
even-
in
I don't even
2007,
know.
the
And
year the
Mike
first
Myers
one
is
came
a
out.
Templar.
Yeah.
Mike Myers.
Yeah, Kanye West hidden blades him in the fucking ear. Oh
I
fuck.
remember talking about pre-rendered stuff. You remember when Killzone 2 came out with that pre-rendered trailer, and like
Oh yeah.
they were trying to convince me this was the game. It was like, get the fuck out of here.
Did you
Yeah,
play
but, like-
Killzone 2?
I did.
Yeah.
You say wait, who said what?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
That was my favorite Killzone of all time.
The Killzone was fucking awesome, dude. I played Killzone 2 when I got Killzone 3, and I like wanted to play 2 to like get into 3.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed 3 as well. Like I thought 3 was a really good.
3
time.
was
I
good,
enjoyed
but
3's
it's like
multiplayer.
Killzone 2. You enjoyed 3's multiplayer? I enjoyed
Yeah.
2's multiplayer a lot.
2's multiplayer was dead by the time I got to 2, so 3 was the one I
Okay.
jumped into, and I liked it, dude. Like it was like Call of Duty, but with sick graphics, at the time, because Call of Duty had shit graphics compared to Killzone,
Which one was it that had the in-game clan system and battle system?
I think that was 3.
That was 3? Oh, that may be the one I'm thinking of then. I don't even know. Let's move on.
Oh no, I mean I'm interested in talking about
I love Killzone. I've
Killzone. I
always loved
never,
that series.
yeah, I know Mike has. He's been
Dude,
apeshit
yeah,
about it
that
for
was-
as long as I can remember.
That
How
was
was
my
that
favorite
last Killzone?
PlayStation series for a long time. You said how was what?
How was the last Killzone? Killzone Shadowfall, was that good?
It wasn't.
Pretty. It
Like,
was pretty.
I wanted to love it because it was, especially since it was a launch title, and it wasn't. It wasn't very good.
Do you guys think that there's room for another one for PS5?
I feel like they've moved on,
Yeah,
especially with the success of Horizon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they seem to only want to work on that too.
Yeah,
But
I forgot
dude,
the
I
game.
would love to see another Killzone.
I would love to see an open world Killzone, dude. Like with the same like feel as like Horizon, like a first
You
person.
mean like
fucking-
kind of like how they did Ghost Recon now?
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
sick. That would be sick.
Ever
Because
played that,
the lore behind Killzone is fucking awesome, dude.
You
Yeah,
ever played
it
that's
is.
the
that
thing.
PSP,
Play what?
Killzone?
What was that, Abdul?
Never mind.
No.
You gotta repeat. We can't hear you. You gotta repeat yourself sometime.
Oh, no, I was you ever played that Killzone Liberation on the PSP?
He said.
The one on
Killzone-
PSP. The one on
the
PSP.
PSP
saying.
Wait, was the PSP or
PS Vita. I think it was, wasn't it?
PS Vita?
So there was
Yes.
one on PSP and one on PS Vita.
Oh, I played the one on PSP, and I did enjoy that one too. It was completely different
Yeah, that
from
was
the
good.
regular series.
How did an FPS
It was like
on Vita work? Or I'm
it was
sorry,
top
PSP.
down. It was top
It wasn't
down.
an
Yeah,
FPS. That's why.
yeah.
No, not on
But
Vita.
the
Vita was a first-person shooter.
we're talking about PSP.
I made a mistake when I spoke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said Vita and I meant PSP.
But
Oh,
the
okay.
Vita one was first person, and that worked really well. I enjoyed that one
Did
too.
Vita have 2 shoulder buttons
It did.
on each side? Man, I
Yeah.
really wish that had taken off more. I almost bought one when it was like way past time to buy one, but
Yeah.
there's still like there was never any games for it. It seemed.
I think the whole draw with Vita
I'm
was the
enjoying
whole
mine.
wireless play that you could like hook it to your PlayStation and like play it on your shitter, you know?
Yeah. Now that I'm hardwired, I want to try remote play on my laptop again. I haven't tried it since I was all wireless, but I got.
I
me
tried
some
it on my
Etherex.
phone, and it worked surprisingly well.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's cool.
it was the fucking on-screen buttons.
Oh no, yeah.
Yikes!
I thought
exactly.
Android had native DualShock support now.
I tried, and I couldn't figure out how to connect my controller. It wouldn't work.
Not this phone.
That sucks.
Yeah.
You try to do remote play and your phone stops and suggests Candy Crush.
I just told to go outside.
Okay, so we probably got like 10 minutes left here. Let's talk about I think this is more important to talk about than anything else right now. Jeff Keighley announced Summerfest, a 4-month-long gaming news event.
What the fuck does that mean?
I think he's just trying to make a run at E3 and taking the opportunity now after it's canceled this year. I'm sure he's been.
I like the idea of it, but
Can somebody turn their vibration off on their phone?
Yeah,
Is that Mike?
Hold on.
he fucking modded his Galaxy Note 8 to have a gas-powered vibration engine in it.
How else would I pleasure myself?
By playing games. Yeah, I think that's great. It's basically everything about E3 just spread across several months. They'll figure it out and probably rein it in a little bit.
Right.
But I think
Yeah.
it's tough because you have to get people to sign on to it now and sort of like stab E3 in the back, which might be
Right.
tough depending on what kind of cushy setups they have. It might even just be down to like employees at both companies not wanting to fuck up their relationship with that person. You know, I mean, it's always something like that. So we'll see what we get. But I think that's great. Just getting
I'm
everything.
excited for it.
Yeah, condensed into little bite-sized things, and then it just spreads out. So then
Yeah,
just
it's all-
every summer we just know, like we've always have, that it's gaming newsathon, 20 whatever.
And I said, like, what I like is like it actually gives room for like games to breathe. Like, usually like with E3, they like throw a shit ton of games at you and just like have fun like, trying to find all the trailers.
Yeah, it's like too much at once, so you're always missing stuff. So this will be nice. So it's like, oh yeah, on this day, Warner Brothers is talking about their shit, or
Right.
Microsoft has
It'll be
this or
fucking
whatever.
fun.
Yeah. And I think Microsoft might coincide with this a little bit because they're supposedly next week on the 7th, they're doing a game showcase for Series X. They're showing off some of the games.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That
Yeah,
should be
so-
interesting. I watched that.
Yeah, I definitely will too. I'm very
Yeah.
excited to see if they show us any Hellblade. I really want to,
Yeah.
which is honestly the only Microsoft exclusive that I'd be interested in at this point. But
Same here. That's all I want to play.
yeah,
Flight Simulator 2020, baby.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, Mike.
They released the specs. They released the specs for it, so I'm stoked.
What are they? Tell us. Enlighten us.
They're pretty insane. Like you need an SSD, at least like 200 gigs. You need at least, I think they said like a 970, like the GTX 970, which is like, I don't know how much you can get one of those for now, but they're like, I think it's like a 6 gigabyte of VRAM video card, and that's like the lowest one that they asked for. You need like 16 gigs of RAM. It's pretty hefty. And you need and you need at least 100 megabyte per second internet connection, so you can download the
So you can
real-time
stream the
streaming.
world.
So you can stream the world. Yeah. Yep.
Are we talking about Flight Simulator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed the beginning of it. I was like, what? And I was slowly trying to figure it out. Like, what is
Talking
Mike
about
talking
the
about?
remake of Rayman Legends.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. I know you get shit on me though. I know you shit on me for the flight simulator stuff, and I get it. It's not in everybody's wheelhouse. But have you
You
seen
can
it? Like,
hear
have you
how
looked
hard
up?
you are.
I am. Dude. I'm fucking. My desk is off the ground a little bit. But what I'm saying is like, can you tell? Like, have you guys looked it up? Have you guys seen what it looks like? It looks
I've seen a video. I've seen a video of it. And I mean, it is a really cool idea and like concept. And if they pull it off, it's fucking amazing. But you're also still just simulating flight, and I'm
Just
good.
sitting in a plane.
No, I think it's dumb. I hate it. I'm sorry, Mike.
It's okay. I just think the idea behind like cloud streaming and stuff is going to be a big game changer for like large scale games.
Well,
You know.
streaming in general. I mean, like, I know I keep nerding out about this. I was talking about it with Mike last night. We've been chit chatting while we're both playing Disco Elysium. But we were talking about the the read write speeds, like the hard drives in these games and stuff, and they talk about the idea of streaming, but not in the sense of from the internet, but from the hard drive to your screen, and how they're able to stream in the graphics, and it's just all about how much data they can force through, how quickly. And it's pretty fucking wild, because when they talk about it for Xbox, they say they're basically going to be able to do higher textures, bigger maps, more world loading, faster, for better graphics on the fly with less load screens, because of these read write speeds for these hard drives. And
I thought it was PlayStation.
that's the other thing. So that's Xbox talking about it. PlayStation's is twice as fast as Xbox.
Right, yeah.
So you can only imagine the shit that they're going to be able to show off. I mean, like, and that's the biggest thing. Like, I don't know if you guys know this about Spider-Man. All accounts, a great game. As soon as I read this about it, it ruined my joy of it. They had to slow down the web swinging, because otherwise the world couldn't keep up with how fast they could make him swing.
Oh, really?
They had to artificially make it slower. Once I read that, it felt way floatier and way less satisfying.
It's not as fast.
Yeah.
I always compare like any Spider-Man game that I play to Spider-Man 2 on PS2, where you can get to a point where you level up so fast, or you level up, and you can web sling so fast
Yeah.
through like the entire city, because you can like increase it. Like there was like a burst where you like went into the
I
swing
remember.
faster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I always compared it to that, but then when I played this one, I was like, still not as fast
It
as
feels a little
Spider-Man 2.
neutered. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And for the next one, that's what like they're focusing their efforts on. So I can't imagine how fucking satisfying that would feel.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if we ever talked about it, but just I know it's off topic, but they're talking about Black Suit being the big thing. There's a big leak on Spider-Man, and it's like going to all revolve around the symbiote.
Oh, really? The
And
next one?
yeah, and Eddie Brock's going to be in it apparently.
That's
That'd be
cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And they said because there was this press conference that leaked, they showed off all the suits that you could have, and then they did a big reveal and showed that there's a black suit version of every single one of them.
Oh, that's kind of cool too.
Yeah,
though.
I look it up and research the. I know that's our job for the podcast, but look it up and research the leaks for Spider-Man, because I thought that was pretty cool.
Watch out for The Last of Us Part 2 leaks.
Yeah. Let's do a quick run around here, because I feel like we're getting close to the time limit. It's about 5 after 4. Let's go around the table. What's coming up next for everybody for this week, gaming wise?
Right now, I just have to. I'm still gonna play Predator, but I do need to play another game. And I'm just trying to figure out what kind of game do I want to play. Like, I was thinking the survival game, but I want to play like a good RPG, which there aren't a lot, like classic RPG, which there aren't like a lot of modern versions of those. But that's the kind of game I feel like I want to play right now. Something kind of long, maybe last me some weeks until like I mean, it's a couple of months right now,
Um,
essentially.
I
But
don't know. I mean, The Witcher's. Well, oh, you know what? It went back up in price. Never mind.
although I already played The Witcher though.
You played it all the way through. I thought you. Maybe I'm thinking of Abdul. He quit on it.
No,
Yeah, that's me.
I quit on it too. I quit
Oh,
right before that like big battle where you setting everything up and they're about to attack the castle or whatever. Am I remembering that correctly? They make a big deal of it. They're like, you're about to enter this thing where I don't know, you
the
can't
battle
return.
against the what do you call it? What the fuck are they called? Why can I not remember this?
Grim Graham.
What? Okay.
But
Uh,
I don't know.
yeah.
I got quit right at that
Alright.
part, whichever
Well,
part.
whatever
I
then.
feel like it was like almost the end of the game, but maybe not.
Okay, find your own fucking game. I don't care. Anyways, who's next?
I will. Thank you.
Mike?
I'm gonna be checking out the Black Masses. It's by Brilliant Game Studios. It looks like Left 4 Dead, but medieval, and it uses the same engine from Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator, which basically generates thousands of NPCs all at once on screen, and it's first person,
Okay.
and it looks pretty fucking crazy. So that's probably
Alright.
the next thing I'll check out.
Well, I look forward to hearing about how disappointed you were in that.
Mm-hmm.
Abdul?
Just finish Final Fantasy, Sayonara Wild Hearts, and then probably start Resident Evil 3.
Okay, you better, because I'm going to need you to have played something new by the time we are back here next Sunday. You're really letting us
I'll try my
down.
best.
Dude, you can knock out Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3 in like 2 afternoons.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can.
That would piss me off, dude. I'd be so pissed if I bought a game and I fucking got 2 afternoons out of it.
I'm glad I didn't buy it because I would have been upset if I paid
Fuck
$60 for that too. I'm sorry, Abdul.
All right, I'm
Not
gonna.
850.
You what?
Nothing.
Okay, did not sound like
I think
nothing.
he said
but
I think he said he paid 50.
I think he's summoning Cthulhu, but each
He
their own.
didn't pay full price for it. That's what he said last week.
Ah, okay, gotcha. All right, I'm gonna chip away at Disco Elysium. I'm still working on Luigi's Mansion as well.
How long
that's-
is that game?
Which one?
Disco Elysium.
I have no idea. It seems long
Oh,
though
okay.
because I spent 25 minutes on like I will just talk to one person for upwards of half an hour and get maybe
That
5%
sounds
closer.
horrible.
I know, yeah. It's wild, and you want to know what's worse? It's all reading,
Dude,
Their
but
voice-
here's the thing.
but it's not the whole conversation's not voiced.
So here's the one thing I noticed though. It still feels more fast paced than fucking Kingdom Come Deliverance. Do you feel that way, RJ? Like it feels like it just like it.
Yeah,
like,
because in Kingdom Come, that's like deliberately slow. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like meant to just be like a Middle Ages simulator, which somehow is more boring than a plane simulator. It's like because it's all the struggle and none of the fun of like
yeah, right.
putting a sword into someone's face. Which I guess Flight Simulator is worse because, like, I don't know, like, you know what would make Flight Simulator fun? If they just, like, was an option to, like, randomly have you potentially get hijacked in the middle of the flight.
I mean,
Yes.
And then
If
you
you
just
want,
have
like-
to, like, respond accordingly and, like, land in Cuba with a gun to your head and, like, be, like, under that much pressure.
you can simulate that. I mean, not technically that, but like if you wanted to, like if you came over here and I was like, let's play Flight Simulator, I could hook you
No,
up. with,
because
like,
even in the
iPhone.
fucking game, you're still just pretending to be a guy in that situation. I'm talking, I want the fucking door to explode open with a bunch of dudes screaming in Arabic, and then like making you, yeah. Abdul heard what I said and understood it. All right. We got to sign off, but this was fun. We do have enough time to do a few plugs, though. So follow the podcast on Instagram, Play With Yourself Podcast. We got a YouTube, Play With Yourself.
Yeah.
Subscribe to that. I've been uploading every episode as I can. Justin's working on the Facebook page. That is just Play With Yourself. So search that at your own risk. I'm RG McFarty on Instagram. Justin.
I am Choco Bear Comedy on Twitter, Instagram, and yeah, that's it.
Abdul.
I'm Oscar winner Sean Penn on Instagram and Twitter.
Cool. Mike, what do you want to plug?
I want to plug my Rolling Korg Instagram. It's Rollin_Korg. And I got some new music coming out here soon. And then also you can check me out on YouTube for some streaming stuff. It's Big Sloanful.
Yeah, follow Mike, follow everybody. But I did hear Mike's song is very good, and he might kill himself if nobody listens to it. So please help our precious, precious friend.
Oh yes.
That's a wrap for this week. I am praying to God that the quarantine lifts so we can do this in person again, boys. It's been fun, but it's been fun for different reasons. And I'm going insane. So,
Yeah.
all right, everybody. That's a wrap.
That was the saddest outro this podcast has ever done.
We'll be back next week.
God
I'm
bless
breaking
you
shit.
all.
Bye.
Praise Allah.
Bye.